Good afternoon, doctor. We are from Group 3, and today we would like to present about our business statistic assignment, which is Set B. It is me and my group member, and my name is Goh Jian Chong, number metric A22A0194. And my group members are Lai Kam Tim, Chong Siu Yu, Daisy Yen, Dashwin Analagi Anandan, and Boon Yuan Fong. This is our table of content, which consists of data description, sampling data and record categorical data, numerical descriptive measures, graphical representation, statistical analysis using software, and also concluding remarks. Now I will pass to Lai Kam Tim to present his part, please.
All right, thank you, Mr. Go. Today I will present the data description. In this part, we will explain about sources of data, type of variable, and skills of measurements. For these assignments, we have selected the data set B for the assessments. In data set B, there are 160 observations as the population for this assessment, and we only selected 60 observations to be the sample. Besides, there are 9 variables in the data set, and is species, sales price, place, weight, length 1, length 2, length 3, and width. Variable is a characteristic or condition that can change or take on different values. There are 2 kinds of variable, which are qualitative variable. Based on the data set, the variables species and place are the qualitative variable. Is because species and place consist of names or labels. Skill of measurement refer to the properties of the data. It's important to establish the skill of measurements of your data in order to determine the appropriate statistical method or test to use when analyzing the data. There will be 4 skills of measurements, which are nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Based on the data set, the variable species and place is nominal skills because data are classified into different categories and the categories are counted. Besides, other variables like skills price, width, length 1, length 2, and length 3, height and width are ratio skills. For data sources, the data set is secondary data. This is because for this assignment, we're using the data set B, and it was the data which were not collected and used for the intended or original purpose of the study at hand, but rather for some other purpose. Thus, the data set is secondary data. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kamsi. Now, I will present the second part, which is sampling data and record categorical data. Hello, everyone. My name is Rashmi Anandil. My metric summary is AFT2106. Today, I would like to discuss the process of sampling and its importance in getting data to make inferences for a population. Specifically, we will explore how we utilize simple random sampling to select 60 observations from a population of 160. Sampling is a crucial technique that involves selecting a smaller yet representative group of units from a larger population. By doing so, we aim to gain insights and draw conclusions that can be generalized to the entire population. In our case, we can employ simple random samplings to ensure fairness and unbiased representation. For our analysis, we focused on various quantitative variables related to fish characteristics. These variables included number one, sales price for each fish, number two, weight, the weight of fish in grams, number three, length 1, the vertical length of the fish in centimeters, number 4, length 2, the diagonal length of the fish in centimeters, length, and number 5, length 3, the cross length of the fish in centimeters, number 6, height, the height of the fish in centimeters, and number 7, the diagonal width of the fish in centimeters. With these variables in hand, we proceed to conduct the sampling process. By using simple random samplings, every fish in the population had an equal chance of being selected for the sample. Once the sampling was completed, we divided the data into separate variables for further analysis. This division allows us to explore each variable's characteristics and relationships, enabling us to make meaningful inferences about the population. Second slide, please. Let's now shift our focus for the recording process of categorical data using SPSS statistics. Specifically, we have recorded the categorical variable representing countries into different variables, following the instructions provided. To accomplish this task, we utilized the transform menu in SPSS and selected the option recode into different variables. This feature allowed us to convert the categorical data into separate variables, each representing a specific country. Let's take a look at the recorded values for each country. Britain recorded as 1, Canada recorded as 2, Ireland recorded as 2, Malaysia recorded as 4, Singapore recorded as 5, Turkey recorded as 6, USA recorded as 7, and Vietnam recorded as 8. By assigning these recorded values to each country, we now have distinct variables that represent the presence or absence of a specific country in our data. This recording process enables us to perform further analysis, such as examining the relationships between countries and other variables or comparing responses across different countries. It provides a structured format for conducting statistical tests and drawing meaningful conclusions based on the recorded data. Thank you.
And hi, Doctor. Now I present the part 3.0 numerical descriptive measure. And now we have the three part is measure of center tendency, measure of position, and measure of variation. In the measure of standard tradition, we have three, this mean, median, and modes. And in measure of position, we have the first quartile, third quartile, and the quartile range. And in measure of variation, we have range, variance, standard deviation. And now we go to the next slide. In this, we have the three tables. The first table is measure of center tendency. And for example, the mean. The mean is a total value divide the total number of the values. So we can get the first example price is 140.77. And we go to the measure of position. We have first quartile, third quartile, and the quartile. And how we calculate the interquartile is the difference between the upper quartile and the lower quartile. So we have 167.78 minus 30.5375. So we can get 136.9425. And now we go to the third table is a measure of variation. For example, the range is a maximum data and minus the minimum data. So it's 274.64 minus the 6.98. So we can get the example price is 267.75. And in all of this, we use the same formula to calculate the row 2, the row, and the next row. And this is my part, and I will pass to Ko Chen Zhong to present the 4.0.
Okay. Now I will present the 4.0, which is a graphical representation part. This part explains about the different variants by show different graph. Quantitative variable data can use scatter plot, histogram, frequency polygon, and OGIF. For qualitative variable data, only can use bar chart and pie chart. In this assignment, we use the bar chart, scatter plot, and histogram for the evidence. And for price, we use histogram. For the wave, we use the scatter plot, and also for the place, we use bar chart. Now I will go to the number 5, which is statistical analysis using software, which consists of numerical descriptive measures, hypothesis testing, correlation analysis, confidence interval, and also prediction modeling. Now I will present about the 5.1, which is numerical descriptive measures. According to the instruction given and to ensure the accuracy of answer, we use the statistics software, which is IBM SPSS statistic, to redo and also recalculate the answer for 3.0 and 4.0. As evidence, below are the peak given. This 4 peak is the conclusion for our answers when we redo the answer for 3.0 and 4.0. And next, I will pass to Chong Shui to complete his presentation, please.
Thank you, Ko Chen Chong. I am Zhong Xiuyu. Now I'm going to explain 5.2. 5.2 is talking about hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is a process based on some sample data and probability theory to calculate whether the hypothesis is reasonable and should not be rejected or otherwise rejected. For 5.2, we use ANOVA to calculate hypothesis testing. Analysis of variant ANOVA is a calculate collection of statistical model used to analyze the difference between group means and their associate produce. As diagram show, hypothesis has 5 steps. The first one is hypothesis. It is H0 equal to mu1 equal to mu2 and equal to mu3. And HA is at least one of the means is different from the others. Step 2 is significance level, which is alpha equals to 0.05. Step 3 is test statistics. We use SPSS to calculate as picture shown. Step 4, decision rule, which is rejected HO if F is greater than F alpha, comma, nu1, comma, nu2. Critical region is F 0.05, comma, 59, comma, 0 is equal to 251.77. Step 5 is decision or conclusion. It is failed to reject HO since F is smaller than F alpha, comma, nu1, comma, nu2. Therefore, there is no significant difference among the treatments. Next page, please. 5.3 correlation analysis is the statistical technique used to determine the degree to which two variables are related. In statistics, the word correlation refers to the relationship between two variables. For this assignment, we use Pearson product moment correlation to calculate the correlation analysis. The formula we use is shown as picture. As an example, there is strong direct positive correlation between price and weight. It was because the R is equal to 0.981. 5.4 confidence interval is a range of values within which the population parameter is expected to occur. The two confidence intervals that are used extensively are 95% and 99%. Researchers find the related confidence intervals for the variables of interest, which is price, weight, length 1 to 3, width, and height by using 95% and 99% significance level. Now I will pass to Daisy Yan for further explanation. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Song Shui. All right, now I'll be presenting 5.5 prediction modeling. So, multiple linear regression is the most common form of linear regression analysis. And the generation form of multiple linear regression equation is as follows. So from the table shown, the equation price is equal to negative 3.456 plus 0.973, which is the weight. So thus, for every unit increase in price, weight will drop by 1,000 provided the customer's weight level remains unchanged. Similarly, for every unit increase in weight, price will go up by 0.973 units provided the customer is still the same age. Next page. So in conclusion, we can get the remarks that the statistics plays a vital role in our daily lives, even when we are unaware of their presence. Relying solely on assumptions and guesses would rarely lead to informed decisions. Statistics serve various purposes in the business realm, ranging from facilitating decision-making processes to predicting annual sales or estimating future premiums. We rely on statistics more frequently than we realize, and their absence would significantly impact the sustainability of many businesses. Thus, statistics are an indispensable tool for effective decision-making in the business world. With this, we thank you.